is up? What's going on with everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. There is a lot going on in the crypto world today. A lot of stuff, Twitter space going on, a lot of stuff to talk about today. We are going to talk about some general crypto, and I do have a guest with me today, and I'm going to bring him up here in just a second. It's Crypto McCoy. I'm going to let him introduce himself, and then we're going to get into some general crypto talk. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and add Crypto McCoy, and we can kick it.
What's going on, Brother Daniel? Can you hear me?
Now then, how are you, Crypto McCoy? How is everything?
Everything's good. I'm having a little technical difficulty on the camera end, but I'm going to try to open this up here in just a second.
No,
You hear me
that's
crystal
okay.
clear, though?
I can hear you. Take your time. Do what you got to do. We can talk a little bit. So why don't you introduce yourself to the audience today, Crypto McCoy, and let them know who you are, what you do, where you're from, kind of a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, like when I come on my channels, what's up, everyone? Crypto McCoy coming to you live. Crypto McCoy, surname, my real name is Antoine McCoy, from Greensboro, North Carolina, by way of Florida. Originally from Orlando, Florida. Lived in Miami for a little bit. Been in Greensboro since 1996. Got into crypto about right at 2 years ago. So right at 2 years ago, got into crypto during the tail end of the bull run. So needless to say, I was, can you see me? You should be able to see me now.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. Needless to say, I was probably one of the ones a little naive of how crypto goes because everything was skyrocketing at the time. But I, since then, have learned and got into crypto. Now I'm actually learning and know what crypto is, how it works, what's real expectations of crypto. So that's a little bit about me. Married, 3 children that are grown and a grandbaby. How about that?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So, let's talk a little bit about this bear market that we're in. What's your thoughts on this bear market that we're in, and where we're gonna go, and how long it's gonna kind of last and hang around for us?
Yeah, there's a lot of opinions on it, and I've heard one of the main. I heard one recently, and I listened to several financial guys, influencers, what have you. Alex Becker, he's a little shrewd guy. Come on, he does a little entertainment thing, but he came on and he made a comparison to this bear market that we're in. He did a video about a month ago, maybe. It's on YouTube, and he said a lot of individuals are comparing this bear market to 2017 and how we're at the bottom. And one of the things he said was he hope it's not like this, but it's a mistake to see where we are now as the bottom. Because looking back then, the last time crypto was in the bear market, the macro economy was in a bull market. That's going from 2017 through 2020, so forth. So we're the 2017, the stock market, S&P, bonds, gold, silver, all that was on a run, even though crypto was in the bear market. Now we're in a bear market now, and so is the macroeconomic world. So making that comparison, to 2017 may not be tit for tat in the sense.
Yeah, and I tend to agree that I looked at the market in 2017 compared to where we are now, and what was going on around us, and it's a little bit different. and crypto was a little bit different back then too. One, it didn't have the exposure that it has now. And two, it wasn't so connected to the NASDAQ as it is today. If you look, and I've done this on this stream before, and you take the NASDAQ and you lay it over top of just the general crypto market, they're almost run together, right? And that wasn't the case back in 17. It was very much a different type of market. So I think this bear market that we're in is very much different than 17. And my thought is that we're in an extended bear market. We may have a holiday pump here and there, but I think because of everything that's going on around us, in the whole world, that this is going to be prolonged a little bit until probably 2023, middle of 2023, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I again, that was just one take on it. Another take on it, and again, I'm not saying I agree with everything these guys say or do, but not Alex Becker, Kevin O'Leary talks about where the market is going in reference to where the government is going to take us. And I think the consensus is out finally. Everybody agrees. Most of us. I know there's some Bitcoin maximalists that want anything to do with the government coming in and touching this. But the truth of the matter is, crypto is grown beyond Bitcoin. And I know the panacea is the straight decentralization, no nothing, nobody else, peer to peer. Daniel, I want to buy your car. You know what I mean? That's the utopian. I call it the crypto utopian world. Daniel, I want to buy your car. I'll give you, 2 Bitcoins. I give you a Bitcoin. I give you 3 Bitcoins, and I'm coming over. Sign me the title. And that's and then I think we can have that, but I think about the what do you call it, the prohibition. The bootleggers were not going to be the only ones selling moonshine. It just was not going to happen. That wasn't going to happen. And you're on the backside of the mountains of West Virginia. I come by, steal the liquor from you, and it's all said and done. Government ain't got nothing to do with that. No more than that. Didn't happen that way, and what's going on now, crypto is the same way. That's my take on it.
Yeah, and I don't think that anybody knows the bear market and where it's going to go until we actually get there, till we actually get through it, right? Because nobody can call it. I'm a firm believer in nobody can call the top and nobody can really call the bottom, right? But we can always look around and make the best investment decisions for us moving forward based on the information that we have, right? And the government will regulate crypto. They're going to get their cut. They're going to have something to say about it. It's too big. So let me just catch up with the chat real quick here, Crypto McCoy. What's up, Waddy? Glad you're here. Tim Shea, glad you're here today. I hope you're doing well. I missed you in the morning. Selmo Fudd, yeah, I'm glad you're back. We had it this morning, so I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're talking with us. Me and Crypto McCoy, and we're just kind of kicking it about the market a little bit, about where we see things going. We'll get into some projects here in a minute and see where, in some news, and see where get our takes on what's going on the market in general, and some projects. But right now we're just trying to get an overview of the market and kind of where we see the market at today, and where we see the market going, and then we'll go ahead and get into some of that other stuff. So see if we got anybody else in here. Everybody's just saying hi to each other. Everybody's dapping each other up. That's a good thing. You guys are crazy. Carolyn's the top. Yeah. But so with that, what's your thoughts on FTX situation in the market? Crypto McCoy. You with me, Crypto McCoy? Did I lose you? Think we lost Crypto McCoy. Hello?
Yeah, Dan. I'm sorry, Daniel. Sorry about
That's
that.
all right. That's
Yeah.
all right. Thought I
I
lost
think I
you
hit
for
a
a
mute
second.
button by mistake. So, I know the situations were different, but there's a comparison. The comparison would happen with Luna, now Luna Classic, Terra Luna, and my take on it. So, and I haven't gotten here yet, but I wish I was here financially. So Luna crashed, and I didn't get in at 6 zeros because it didn't last that long. I got in at 5 zeros, and I was able to get in. I got the airdrop. I was early enough to qualify for an airdrop, and on Crypto.com, got the airdrop, and then I staked it. Now they gave it one staking period, and then they cut it off. But I was able to stake it and earn quite a bit of Luna through staking, through the airdrop, and all of that. So I jumped on it fast as I could. 6 zeros, and some folks got in at 6. A lot of folks got in 5, and then here we are now at 3 zeros. If I'm not mistaken, Daniel, I think, and I don't want to call the wrong company, but it's a big financial like Charles Schwab or somebody like that has bought up FTX, buying up the stock already, or
Yeah,
buying up the shares. And I'm trying to think who it is. It's not on the tip of my tongue now.
FTX has been running all day, and I think it's running because one of the big banks are starting to buy up the stock. And there was reports that FTX
Might be JP Morgan.
There was reports that FTX US could be coming back, but them are all unfounded reports, like they're not verified yet. But FTX is up. It's been running all day. I had to look back and see why it was running, but it's been running all day. Which FTX is one of them unique situations to me because there's so much wrong with that stuff with what happened, and I think it's starting to not starting to, it bled over into the whole crypto market, how deep that ran, and it put a lot of in my opinion, it put a lot of the centralized exchanges in question as to how business was actually being taken care of behind the scenes, which I think is a good thing for crypto because I think if we can start to shake some of that out and fix it, and I mean, you see now, like, people are starting to the centralized exchanges, they're starting to release the reserves. You're starting to be able to see them, and all that is I think good for crypto moving forward. I think FTX, there's still some more fallout to come from that. Like, I don't think it's done yet. But I think in the end, crypto will be better for it.
Did you see the interview with Sam Bankman with ABC?
I've watched all the videos for Sam because I've made videos for Sam. So about Sam. So I've tried to keep as much up to date as I could on it. So I've watched them all. So
yeah, he so to add to what I was saying, He's different. He's different, and he pretty much just admitted that he didn't know what he was doing. I mean, he's very eloquent, obviously, smart guy, but he pretty much admitted. At first, he basically said, I'm basically a low level crypto enthusiast. I'm not no one's expert. And he said, basically, this thing got too big for my britches. He basically said that to my man interviewed him on ABC, used to work for Hillary Clinton, George Stephanopoulos. He said, I'm just be honest. This thing got big. And then he mentioned that the people that he basically said, I put on the biggest front I could put on to some individuals that thought I was all that. And I knew I wasn't. And I knew the only reason why they had anything to do with me, this was an interesting interview, is because they thought I was big time. And hearing him say that, and knowing, thinking about back in the good old days with Bernie Madoff, how these guys, hoodwink these people, millions of dollars, thousands of people. And I say to myself, not everyone has that talent. And I don't mean to make it sound good, but for an individual to make people put in millions of dollars. And again, I'm saying it to say this. I don't blame him all the way. Daniel, and I'm glad we're having this discussion. And I tweeted this out the other day. The investors have to take some responsibility, win, lose, or draw on our financial activity, our investment activity, crypto, stock, bonds, retirement. We have to take some responsibility, because we always say they did this, they did that. The truth of the matter is, every one of us can probably do a little bit more to obtain a little bit more of our capital, our income, our paycheck, or what have you. But that's just my take on it. Fully with FTX.
Samuel Fudd comes up with he makes a statement here that I agree with. And Crypto McCoy, you've heard me talk about this before, and I've talked about it a lot on this channel, how the investment strategies that people used before aren't going to work moving forward. And this is especially true in crypto. And I have my take on this is the crypto atmosphere has been an atmosphere of a lot of small cap tokens, big rises, big gains, and basically just reckless trading, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're starting to bring more and more people in from the stock market into crypto, and I'm one of them guys, right? My background is really in the stock market, and then moved over to crypto, and I started to see more and more people from the stock market coming over here. So with that, your trading strategies change, because the people that are coming over from the stock market into crypto, whether it's blue chips or small cap tokens, I don't really use the word meme tokens a lot. It's usually small caps to me.
Mm-hmm.
They trade very much differently. They trade off analytics. They trade off of use case, and they trade off of what a company can bring to the table to increase their investment, right? And you're starting to see this bleed into the crypto market now when you start to talk about new projects launching and use case and what they can bring to the table and how far, before it was in a cryptocurrency project, here, give us your money, come see us in 2 years, and we'll tell you what we developed for you, right? Mm-hmm. Nowadays, it's no, tell me what you got, and then we'll think about investing in you if you think if we think that that's going to be beneficial to us. And I think that's going to change the space a lot just by the investors. What do you think about the whole investment strategy and how it's going to change in crypto moving forward?
Well, yeah. Again, the naive investor, the loose investor, the days of throwing in. I'm not saying everyone is going to do this, but the days of throwing in a project unproven. I don't see another Doge coming through, and it may come through, but it's not going to get savvy investors, folks that know what they're doing, know about investment. Somebody like you, I've been in crypto a little bit. People are a little bit more cautious now about projects, and you're going to have to show and prove. You're going to have to show that you have something, because you and I are in a couple of projects that that are putting hard product on the table, and it feels more like we're investing in a business by way of crypto than just investing in crypto and hope it goes to the moon. So it's projects are going to have to put something on the table. And it may be in the crypto sphere only, but it's still going to have to be some hard, tangible, real work, real world use case, and not just, hey, we got this project, we get a bunch of people and it's going to go to the moon. That's those days. I think investors are going to be a little bit more savvy than that going forward.
Yeah, and I think the new money that's coming into crypto during the next bull run, that's not what they're looking for. You're going to look at a bunch of new money coming in, and them are going to be people like myself. A lot of them are going to be people like myself who come over from the stock market.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how they're going to invest their money. That's not what they're going to do. They're going to be looking for something completely different. Tim, I agree with you. If JP Morgan is buying FTT token right now, there's a reason why, and FTX US might be okay. At that point, JP Morgan's not going to, or any big bank like that's not going to continue to buy that token without a plan, and it could be a takeover plan. So we do some more. This just happened today, so we'll keep our look. You know me, Tim. I'm going to be on this one. So we're going to keep on the news. We're going to figure out who's buying it and why they're buying it, and we're going to cover it here. But if a big bank is buying FTT, like I read today, there's a reason why, and it could very well be a takeover. Wadi says to me, don't say that again, that you watched all the SBF videos, because there's that sex tape out there. Why are you crazy, man?
Hey, so I saw that. I know it. I actually saw it a couple of days ago about that FTX. So I think it's obviously but I don't know the exact time frame.
Yeah, I was looking at it this morning because I kept seeing this coin go off the chart this morning when we were streaming. I'm like, why is this the only one in the green? You know what I mean? Why is this the only one in the green? And why is it big time in the green? So somebody's buying it up for some. It could very well be a takeover attempt. Some will FUD.
So
moving over here.
Yeah, I'm looking. I do see the chat. Don't say that too loud. Oh,
yeah. So, why are you laughing at me? Eddie T, how are you today? Glad you joined us. Eddie? Glad you joined us. Yes, smash that like button. Everybody saying hi to Eddie, Wadi. Glad you guys are all dapping each other up today. It's Friday. We need to dap everybody up. Make sure everybody's having a great day. So, Crypto McCoy, what's your thoughts on I like to have this. I like to keep everything to like an hour, so we're about a half
Yeah,
hour
you're
in. So
good. Yeah.
let
Do
me
your thing. My
let
my
me.
positive camera. I'll get this working though. Go ahead.
That's okay. What's your thoughts on? I always like to ask everybody this when they're on the channel. So, in the bear market, what do you if you going into the bull market, right? Give me like your top four blue chip tokens that that you want to accumulate before this next bull run that you think's going to take off. The
Man.
top four
So
blue chips.
yeah. That's that is it's not a hard question, but I think there's some answers. There's some common answers that everybody gives, and it sounds great. I'm glad I see you got it pulled up there. I really, really like to get XRP. You said top four, right?
Yeah.
Um, I, I want to get XRP, um, and I know you can. I haven't broke, and well, I take that back. I actually had it through Whitebit, but I had it when I was very new at this, and I actually thought I gave some money away. But now I realized I was just in an overseas exchange, and I can still do what I do. I had already pulled my money out by the time I learned this. So XRP
You,
is one. Polygon is another one.
you want me to tell you where to buy XRP? Buy it off Pancake Swap.
Can you?
Yeah, that's where I buy all my XRP.
Man, I did not know that.
It's wrapped XRP. You can buy it
It's
right off
wrapped.
Pancake.
I got you.
You
So
can buy it right off Pancake Swap.
okay, XRP, um, Polygon. I was diehard with Cardano, and I know somebody's going to comment and say, either you're crazy or you're the smartest man in the world. Somebody's going to comment one of them. I'm either an idiot or I'm brilliant
Yeah.
for not. I pulled everything out of Cardano because I saw it traveling down a sphere. I did, and it saved me when I did that. So I don't know about Cardano. I'm schizo. I really don't. Back and forth. But so let's put that on the shelf. Um, Polygon, XRP. I'm Ethereum is up there, but I'm really, 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 I cannot not buy Ethereum. I cannot not say that. And I don't know. I'm torn between two or three that I tell you what, it's XRP's sister token. Um and that is let me throw Crow in there. I gotta throw Crow in there. I gotta say that. Got to say Crow. But the sister token of XRP is what you call that thing?
XLM.
XLM. Yeah. Yeah. There's another one I like, but I found out that their tokenomics, the way they do their tokenomics, they always have sell-offs, and that is um, Algorand. Always
Yeah.
their tokenomics. I mean, you'll see Algorand. Algorand will have a 20%, 30% run up, and you say, "Oh, this is the turnaround," and then they have a sell-off. And I listened to Guy from the Coin Bureau a long time ago about Algorand. He said that he said the reason why you see what you see in Algorand is because they have sell-offs for their investors, and it will not allow Algorand to do anything other than what it's doing. Dynamic project, technology is awesome. What they do uh, as far as crypto, but it won't go beyond that because of the sell-offs that they have. And that's my take on as far as blue chips. I think I named about six, but you
So
can.
I'll give you my top four, and I'm gonna leave Bitcoin, Ethereum out of it because I think them are just two that everybody should own, and if you're in crypto, you should have at least a little bit in your portfolio, right? They drive the market, both Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I believe BNB is probably the blue chip that I probably value the most outside of
That's
BNB
what
and ETH.
Tim C just mentioned that in the chat, by the way.
Yeah, because I think BNB in the next bull run has a better. You're going to see a better percent return on your investment than you're going to see on ETH or on Bitcoin.
I agree.
It just has more room to run. I'm a big XRP guy. I've loaded up on XRP and I'm just waiting for the run. Polygon, I'm loaded up on Polygon and waiting for that run. And I am not messing with Cardano. It's
so
just
you're brilliant then.
it moves too slow for me. It's a very slow, steady mover, and it doesn't move with the market, right?
You know what they're calling it? They're calling it it's going to just end up being a stable coin.
Yeah, it very well could be the way that it moves.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going with number 3. I'm going with Quant because I think when the ISO 2022s come out and are really taking hold, Quant is leading the charge there. And probably gonna go with XLM for the second one.
I like
and then I'm gonna go with in my bag now, Quant, XLM. I'm gonna probably say I already said Polygon. That's a big one. I'm thinking about my wallet.
Yeah. I pay you.
I'm thinking about my wallet. I'm thinking about where my wallet's at. And that's 4. And I'll give you a sleeper out of all this, and it's one that Tim brought up to me, and it's one that I've actually invested in, and it's one that I'm going to invest a lot more in. Is ALBT, Alliance Block.
I never heard that one.
When the ISOs come out, I believe it's going to play a big role, and I think it's got the market cap's low, and it's got a lot of room to run. And what they're doing is very. Hey, there you are. So I think it's got a lot of room to run when the ISOs come out and the market cap is low. So that's my sleeper out of all them. But my number 5, I'm going to say, is probably HBAR. I'm a firm believer in HBAR. I'm a firm believer in them ISOs. I think with the new financial system and the new way that we're going to move data on the blockchain, that your ISO 20 coins, they're already compliant, and they're already compliant. They're already regulatory compliant, and they're already all starting to integrate with each other. So I think they're just going to take off. So I think that's going to be the new way.
Okay. All right.
So with that leads me to my next big one. Here's the big one, because here's where you're going to make your money. What are you putting in your bag for the bull run for the lower market cap coins?
Lower, like what they consider mean.
Yeah, what some people would consider mean.
Okay, so obviously I'm putting Core Combat in my bag, and I'm putting Grove token. So I'm staking Grove. I'm staking both of these. You know, my take, you know what I say on my channel: if you're not staking, you're not making. Core Combat, Grove token, and a new one that I just got into, and I noticed it's been popping hot for a long time, is Vault.
You're vaulted. That's my man. That's my man.
I ain't been doing it. I just got in the Vault, and it's, you know, I didn't know. I just didn't know. I saw it, and I just, you know, man. I mean, look at your screen now. look around. You know what I'm saying, Daniel? I mean,
Yeah.
you can wallow around in this stuff, man, and it can be like you wallowing around in hate, and just pick one. And it Volt just fell through the cracks on me. And then I don't know what it was. I don't know about it's been a little bit less than a month, but a little bit over 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks. I just looked at it and they're like, wait a minute. And all these, somebody speaking to you, Crypto Smith, you
Yeah.
know, daggum, they listed on, hundreds of exchanges. They are an exchange. They are a deflationary. They make everybody else token deflationary. And I'm like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Why isn't this? You know what? The way I see this, Daniel, I said Core, I said Grove, and Volt. Why isn't this the biggest news in crypto?
If you hang out with the right people, it's big news.
Bigger than look. Okay, FTX, it fell. All right, tough. Water under the bridge, spill milk, throw it out. This Volt Inu thing, and the fact that whatever you buy, this is huge, man. This is huge. The fact that whatever you buy, this is deflationary. I don't even know how to do that.
We talk about Volt every day. What's going on, Crypto Smith? Glad you're here. Glad you joined us. I'm glad you're hanging out with us tonight. We're just kind of chopping it up a little bit with Crypto McCoy about some tokens and what we're looking at and what we're packing our bags for the bull run. That's whenever it gets here. It'll get here at some point. So we just getting ready.
That's right.
We're just talking about getting ready. But as far as Volt goes, I've been in Volt for a while, and invested equally on the BNB side and the Ethereum side in Volt because you can buy it on either side, right?
Yeah.
So I have 2 bags of Volt, one BNB and one ETH, equal value. So when I add to one, I add to the other.
Gotcha. Oh, so you do, if you do ETH, you do BNB equally.
Yep.
You DC both sides. I got you.
And I'll tell you what, Volt has one of the strongest communities I have ever seen in crypto. And it's not a strong community in the sense of negativity. Very positive. Very positive community. And they hold each other up, and there are 50,000 people in Volt, 50,000 wallets in Volt.
Man.
And you're right. They got a mission to get on 100 exchanges by the end of the year. They're well on their way. I think they're at 97. And they came out with the Volti change, which I think is amazing. What they did is they took and they wrapped it around Uniswap and they wrapped it around PancakeSwap, right? So that every ERC20 token is listed on Volti change, and every BNB token is listed because they're wrapped around Uniswap and PancakeSwap. And then if you look at the buys that come in, like let's say you buy Volt, right? You'll see your buy, and then you'll see a micro buy underneath it, and that's the burn. They're sending that to the burn wallet
of that other token.
Yeah, so let's say you buy Koa, right? You can go on a Koa chart. You'll see your Koa buy on Dex Tools, but you'll also see a micro buy underneath that, and they're sending that to the burn wallet. And that burn wallet that they're sending it to is either the burn wallet from the project, if they burn their tokens, or if they don't burn their tokens, Volt will make a null wallet for that project.
That's all right. That's something else, brother.
It take about a supply.
Brother, so, that is something else.
So with that, I can tell you the ones that I'm going to go into the bull market.
Hold on, before I got 2 more. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I said Koa, Grove, Bolt. I'm in Lunk. I got a big bag. I'm staking it over on Terra chain, and of course, obviously, Terra Rebel when they just launched they run in parallel. So I'm staking my Lunk, And this is a new one I got into, Daniel. I don't know if anybody's heard of it. I like its movement. I like white paper and everything, and it's called Bryce.
I did see Bryce.
And Bryce. So those are my micro caps that I'm in. I'm in. Got
Bryce is blockchain.
Yeah.
It's
So
one of
Bryce.
it's one of the newer blockchains,
Mhm.
and I'm a big blockchain person. If you notice, like a lot of the tokens that I hold are like gas for a blockchain. Like I hold a lot of Bone, Shiba Bone.
Yeah, Jeff is in Bone.
And that's because the only reason that I hold it is because when the Shibarium drops, which is SHIB's layer 2 blockchain, Bone's going to be the gas for that. You're going to have Bone to trade on that. So just like you have to have Matic, you're going to have Bone. So
Black Drill was I'll let him tell his own story, but he wanted to have his backbone solid. I'll just tell that much. And I didn't know why. And you guys got in on Bone probably early. So obviously SHIB is one of yours, right?
No, I hold just Bone. I hold a bag of SHIB, but I held a bag. My bag of SHIB that I hold is what I have left over from the prior run. I haven't added to it. I think, and this is controversial in the space, but not necessarily this space, but in the Shiba Inu space. I think when it's all said and done, the Shiba Inu token will be the least valuable token in the ecosystem.
Oh yeah, that's controversial there.
Because you have Bone that's going to run the Shibarium blockchain, so that automatically gives it a very high value because you have to hide that. I mean, you got to have that just to buy and sell on the exchange, and it has
native. That's going to be native.
Yeah, and it has a low supply. And then they have Leash, which is basically their metaverse token. So in order for the metaverse, you got to have that. So all these tokens that they're building, and I think they have way too many, they're all connected to something, but Shiba's not really connected to nothing. It doesn't really have a use case. It's more of a historical value. Yes, they're going to burn it, but it's just more of a historical value token. It's not really anything that has a use case behind it up to this point, right?
I got you.
That could change. So it seems like to me they're building all around SHIB, but nothing directly that's going to benefit SHIB.
That's going to make it become their value token. That makes sense.
So until they can tell me why I need to own Shiba Inu, then what's the use case there, right? So
what did you name all yours?
No, I haven't named one yet.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm waiting. I like to hear what you got in your bag.
well, no. So I was going to say that I've done something, and I'm obviously Keltra in the house.
Yep.
I hope I'll be grandfather of the century. I opened up my grandson a crypto wallet. It's crumbs in there. I can tell you about $100 bucks right now, but it's different cryptos. Koa, what else is it? Koa, and some other stuff. It won't go down the list, but I am, and they're staking, and I'm watching this stuff getting little pennies at $1. He's 9 months old. He'll be 9 months coming up. And I'm thinking, most of them are micros, I think, micro caps. And I'm thinking this thing is going to be gigantic when he gets of age. Maybe go through a couple. Obviously before he comes of age, I'm sure we will, roll through some bull runs, and some of the stuff he got will grow. My wife has her wallets. She don't even look at her phone. I just say, give me your phone and do stuff. And I barely even look at it because it's her phone. So most of the stuff they have, she has some Sheeb on her wallet, in her wallet. She what else? My grandson. My grandson has some Lunk, of course. And those are my micro caps. Now I tell you, I had something. I don't know if it's considered a micro cap. It might be in between. Actually, they said it was a crap coin, and that was Phantom. And man, it ran up. I made some money off Phantom.
Well, you gotta be clear on which Phantom you're talking about. There's two different
the one you see right there, the one right there. The one you got on your screen right there.
Okay.
That one right there.
You're good because there's two Phantoms.
Okay.
One rug pulled a lot of people.
No, I didn't have that. I had it on Gemini. Matter of fact, when I had Phantom, I had it on Gemini.
So the Phantom that you see on the screen right now is actually a blockchain.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Mm-hmm. So you don't want to talk about that other Phantom. People get mad. They had a big old pre-sale.
Was it after the fact?
They rug pulled. They launched. They rug pulled. There was a lot of people who lost a lot of money. Some people in this chat may have lost some money on that one. They had a big old pre-sale.
Man, well, I didn't have that Phantom.
There's some high influencers in there that was pumping it up. Yeah, it was pretty rough.
I can't stand that. I can't stand that. Now this your man Selmo is saying Doge and Daniel. I don't hate the project. I can't get there, and maybe you can talk me into it. I don't know.
I'll tell you why I like Doge. And I wouldn't have said this months ago, but I'm going to say it now. And I own Doge now.
You own Doge?
Now I do. Yeah. I used to own Doge. I bought it at 5 cents, sold it at 8 or 10 cents. I can't remember. And then bought back in. But I can tell you why.
Okay.
Elon. In Twitter. And Elon seems to have this fascination with Doge where he wants to make it successful, right? And he owns Twitter, and Doge will be a part of Twitter. It will be a part of Twitter. There's no way around it. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of how, and a matter of how integrated, right?
Yeah.
And once Elon does that, you're going to see that thing run. I mean, because as soon as he even mentions it, it runs.
Yeah, anything. He tweets something. He tweets some crap.
Yeah. So now if he actually gives it a use case, right, on Twitter, that thing's going to run. And make no doubt, Elon took Twitter off of the stock market and made it a private company. For this reason, right? People forget Elon Musk created PayPal. He knows how to make a payment system.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he will do that with crypto. And Doge will be part of that. There's just no way around it. So I am now including Doge in my top meme coins that I am accumulating. And I can tell you the other one, and people sleep on this one, and they're on board and they're not on board. If you're on board, you're on board. If you're not, there's a reason why. I don't try to sway anybody. MetaMonkey AI.
Man, yeah,
I'm going to tell you why MetaMonkey AI is probably one of the better plays to have in your wallet moving forward. It's a business. And they partnered with a technology company. Mm-hmm. They are a technology company. And people will see in December when this is released, they're going to release do you know about the wallet that's coming out in December from them?
You know, man, I creep into the spaces. I ain't pulling the
Man,
trigger yet, Daniel.
man, let me,
But see, I
man,
see you. I see you. I say, you know what?
man, let me tell you about this wallet they're about to release, and you can tell me whether you would use it or not use it. But I'm telling you, I travel, and this is probably one of the best. I've been begging for this. So it's a hot and cold wallet all at the same time on your phone. So it's like carrying around a ledger on your phone.
Hmm.
And then it's like carrying around a hot wallet on your phone too, depending on where you store your tokens on this wallet. So there's a feature on it where you can move your tokens to a secondary contract, which puts them in a completely cold storage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you can move them back to a hot wallet, which then will allow you to buy and trade them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when they're in that cold wallet storage, it's like having them in a ledger. So I always think about it like this. Think about FTX when this thing collapsed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how the whole market just tanked, right?
Yeah, everything. It was gone.
Think about if you were traveling and all your crypto was on a ledger. How are you getting out before you get wrecked? You're not.
You can't. You can't.
So you have to have that stuff accessible to you on your hip. And I travel. I'm in between New York and Florida all the time, right? So if all my crypto is sitting at home in a lockbox in New York and I'm in Florida and FTX happens, I'm getting wrecked. You know, so this feature is just unbelievable to me. And then I'm going to take it one step further for you. This month again, at the end of the month, they're getting ready to release a whole metaverse. And you do your own research on this one, Chris.
I will, man, and I have. I will
go out, look at the metaverse that they're about to release. It's built on this it's built on this thing called the Unreal Engine 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Grand Theft Auto's built on Unreal Engine 5.
Mm.
So that's how realistic it is to life. So, and then they're going to come out with a couple layer 2 blockchains for different use cases, because this isn't just a cryptocurrency blockchain development company. Like they're building a rainforest for Nigeria.
So something like what Grove is doing. So like a Grove outreach project, which I respect that a lot.
And they're working with Ennis Labs, who is in Korea. They work with all graduate students that develop technology. So all this technology is already developed. They're just moving it from the college level to the real world level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they're
yeah.
making it. They're making it used for. They're making it so that the consumers can use it. So it's no longer just a research. They're moving it from research to development. So that's why they can come out with these things so fast like that, because the metaverse has already been worked on at Ennis Labs for 6 years.
Really?
Yeah. And this wallet that's about to come out that is getting ready to revolutionize this whole space, because nobody's got a hot and cold wallet on their hip. This thing's been sitting in Ennis Labs for a couple years already. It was just utilized. It was utilized at the college level.
The technology. Right.
Yeah. So now they're bringing it to the mainstream.
So, and I'll confess, Daniel, the reason why, and he may be watching, he may hear this, and it's not a knock to him at all, but the reason why I didn't pull the trigger, I'll tell you why. Not because I haven't even really looked at it, was because of the drama with an influencer. I won't call names unless you tell me to.
I know who you're talking about.
And a project. And the moment when MetaMonkey AI launched, it was at the peak, at the height of this drama. And I was like, it gave me maybe I had a warped view, of it because I was convoluting the two, and it's like, man, he's in this drama and then this project's coming out, I don't know that. And that's the only reason why. It may have been an unfair judgment, but that's where I was with that.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you that I was in the middle of that drama. And I can tell you that drama, it did get thick, but it wasn't created by us.
I understand.
So and you know me, Crypto McCoy. If you come at me, I'm gonna reply.
Yeah. You're dropping the hammer.
And he's the same way. You come at me, you're gonna reply. Like, you can only take so much. So, but you know what I mean? All that aside, I don't wish any project ill will.
Right.
But I can tell you, MetaMonkey AI about to make a lot of people a lot of money.
What is Tim talking about right there, Daniel?
What's he saying? Let me see.
Past the name.
Oh, here's the thing: is the MetaMonkey AI. I had a problem with the name too, because I'm mixed, right?
You're talking about race wise.
Yeah, I don't like these whole monkey projects and all this stuff like that, right?
Okay.
And then it gives that meme coin vibe too, right? And for a technology company, you don't want a meme coin vibe. Is my thought. So it took me a little bit to get past the name too. But then when I really dug into the project, and I was like, you know what? I can see where this is going. I can see what they're doing. I can see why they're doing things the way that they're doing it. I'm going to get past the name. And Tim got there too. Tim got past the name, and and he, invested into a project, obviously, that he should have, because it's a good project. But it does take you back a little bit when you say MetaMonkey AI. It almost seems like a pump and dump meme, right? But
yeah, or NFT, because you compare it to Bored Apes.
Yeah, so that's what he's talking about.
Well, let me ask you this: I'm gonna ask you this. Do you think, Daniel, that the tokens that I named, another time, and I'll just go down the list because I've already named them: Koa Combat, Grove, right now, even the Vault, which I'm, new in Vault, were projects in 2019, 2020. You think they would have moonshot?
Yeah, I think in 2020 you could have thrown darts at a dartboard and hit a project that was going to take off.
So,
I think it was that easy.
So right now I'm looking at, you just went down a litany of things with MetaMonkey AI. We know what Vote Inu is doing. You and I know what Koa is doing. Grove is doing their thing. Super Green, they're doing their thing. And that's why I mentioned what I mentioned earlier, that, look, even the useless use case Doge, now we see where it's going. Projects now, the days of this nothing project, even like a Doge, which we know it's going to go somewhere with Elon Musk. The days of a Shiba Inu skyrocketing with no use case, those days are gone. I don't see that happening anymore. So if you want my full take on crypto, I think these ones with real world use case are going to take off because of their real world use case. Whether they're selling product like a Koa, whether they are getting into finance DeFi side like a Vote Inu, what have you.
Yeah. So, what I missed the question because I was reading.
No, I was saying, you answered it. You said you could have threw anything at it, but I was just also adding my take on, kind of expounding on when you asked what I think this crypto market is going to go.
Yeah.
You read a lot of the chat, you get a lot of stuff now.
Well, yeah, because we started talking about Tara and Austin, and these guys are going to back up Austin no matter what.
Look, hey, for the
Austin,
record,
right?
for the record, tell those I did not call his name at
Yeah,
all.
but no, I mean he was right because even the Crypto Smith that's in here, like they attacked him too. So like we're in it together. But
Okay.
what is your take on Tara?
Terrarium Terror.
Yeah.
I don't like the devs to me have to maintain a certain, and I'm talking about leadership. Well, let me not just devs, leadership in any sphere, any project, business. They have to have for me, I have to see a certain persona in them. I'm not the type of guy, you can't just say to me, I don't care what a guy says as long as he do the right thing. That's just not me. You can't act, you can't wow out, be unprofessional, be down in the mud wrestling with the pigs. I don't care what you got going on, and get me on board with what you got going on. And when I see devs getting in the weeds, leadership getting in the weeds, it doesn't make me comfortable in the project. When you on there arguing, you don't need to be arguing on Twitter. You don't see CZ arguing on Twitter, and if he do, he'll say some strategic, and everybody's listening to him. You don't see, Vitalik Buterin arguing on Twitter with somebody. You don't see these things, and I know these are big projects, but you have to maintain a certain air about yourself when you are the head of a project. You the CEO, and you sending out tweets, barely spelling stuff right. That turns me off. So when it comes to that, and then the dumping of the wallets, huge dumps, and I know they say they're spending out of marketing and all that. I don't know. But then you said you was going to say when you did that, and you're not saying that. So that's what I feel.
I'm going to give you my take on Terra. I'm going to tell you why I exited my position, right? Because everybody knows that I exited my position on Terrarium. And I'll tell you why. I mean, when I say exited my position, I had 2 bags, and I slowly sold them both off to not hurt the chart and not hurt the community. And I exited slowly, and I didn't want to because I believed in the project so much, but there was so much that was going on that I didn't have a choice from an investment standpoint. I felt like I had to, and I'll tell you, and I'll give you my reasons why. And these don't have to be; these are strictly my reasons, right?
Yeah.
When the whole Binance thing happened, I was like, you know what? It can happen to anybody. It happens to the best of us. You know what I mean? And things happen. People make mistakes, right?
It does happen again. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm about to ask you about that one in a minute. But and then but when the marketing wallet itself was addressed before launch, and the question was brought up, and I was in the space when it was brought up, and I want to say old guy Dave brought it up, and then I backed him up on it and just said, yeah, you should never have your marketing wallet in your native token. It's just always going to dump the chart. It's just always going to happen.
Every time. Yeah.
And it's a bad move. And, so that was a red flag. And then when they started to dump on the chart, I knew at that point that something was wrong. Financially, something was wrong. So I started to slowly exit my position at that point, and never thinking that I was going to fully exit my position in Terrarium. And then when Milton started to talk to the community the way that he talked to the community, there's no way that I could back. There's no way that I could back him. I'm around business people all day. That's not how we conduct business, right? So I started to exit a little bit more of my position at that point. And then when the whole exchange thing came out, it was where they were going to release and in the time frames they were going to release. And we started asking questions because there's common sense things that need to be done. Like if you're going to launch in, like, let's say the United States, we know that we live in the United States and you have to have licenses in every 50 states in order to operate in every 50 states, right? And they refused to show them licenses, which made me question whether they had any. And now from the AMA, you realize that they don't have a license in the United States, which if you just listen to them talk, you could.
I thought they had one in Wyoming.
Right. No, the only thing they have in Wyoming is LLC. That's it. There's no.
Anybody, you can do that. You can do that and sell.
Yeah, you can do that and sell widgets. But I mean, so all these things are starting to add up, and I'm like, okay, something's not right, and I just want out. So, and then basically when they abandoned the community, I was like, oh no, I'm done. And because what happened to me is that they used the money from the pre-sale, and then they used the money from the taxes to build out what they needed to build out, and then they're just leaving everybody else behind. And that's my take on that, right?
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about it. So I'm like, you know what? I can't support a business like this. So it's better for me just to exit, right? And then you were in that AMA when I was asking Milton them questions, and he really couldn't answer them.
No.
And at that point is when I was like, yeah, I'm good, right? So,
and then the whole blocking things.
Yeah,
blocking people. I mean, like we at Jones High School or something. I'm like, come on, man, this is not. I mean, like blocking people accounts from talking. Like, what is this?
I'm still blocked. Terrarium has me blocked.
And see, I can't do that.
From that AMA, I was blocked after that AMA.
And you're right. And look, you didn't use profanity. You weren't disrespectful. I remember that I was there. You weren't disrespectful. So, but as it may be, that's my take on it. And that's why I'm no longer in the project. And before these big dumps happened, I got myself on out of there. So
yeah, and I took a lot of heat. From exiting the project. I got my inbox on Twitter was pretty nasty, and some tweets that were going back and forth were pretty nasty. I guess Awesome Austin is a burger guy, and I'm the French fry guy. There's pictures rolling around of him in Burger King and me in Burger King, him flipping burgers and me doing fries, so
my gosh.
But what they don't realize is none of that bothers me. I just laugh at it. You know what I mean? It's all funny to me. So I just laugh at it. It's all good. But so what do you think about Lily? They gonna get listed? They not gonna get listed?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not gonna say never say never. It ain't happening today. Because what I did was, I was hopeful, and what I saw was, Coinbase they're strategic. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. Coinbase within a 19 to 24 hour period back and they announced on Coinbase asset everything they're going to list. Now, some people say they didn't list it in they do a weekly release. They don't always put everything in there. But when the token is going to be listed, they go to Coinbase asset. And on the 8th, when I saw that they didn't put it on there, I knew it was a wrap.
Here's the thing.
It was
in your contract with any exchange.
Yeah.
You're never allowed to announce before they announce.
Right.
And when that happened, I knew. I said, oh, this has got Saitama and Terrarium written all over it.
Yeah, you can't do that.
because I didn't see Coinbase never came out and in in and said it first. So this has got Coinbase. I mean, this has got Saitama with KuCoin and Terrarium with Binance. This has got it written all over. They're going to do it to the community again. This is going to happen, and I was quiet on it all the way up until last night. I was on a live and I had said something about it. Like nobody, I didn't talk about it. I just kept saying it's going to be bad for the community. It's going to be bad for the crypto space if this doesn't happen.
Yeah,
and it will be. The same way that when Terrarium didn't get listed, it was bad for the crypto space because you have all this negativity out here, right? It's just negative, and that's never good for the crypto space. Saitama with KuCoin, same thing. Lily, you're going to see Lily get tore up all weekend long on Twitter, on YouTube.
And Brad
everywhere.
Is out. One of the guys is out.
Yeah, I seen that.
He's out, and which, but he signed an NDA, and and look, I'm gonna say the solid part out loud, Daniel. That nobody wants the man in crypto. This is why we need the man.
Yep.
This is why we need that. This is why, because when I know the panacea, the utopian world, decentralized. No. With folks, you got to have some guardrails with people, just because it's people.
I can tell you why I never invested in Lily, and why this whole situation doesn't affect my wallet. Because when I was looking at, and I have the chart up right now, a lot of people are now starting to realize that Lily's not going to get listed. And there's nothing but a big, huge red candle on this chart. And it's going to continue that way all weekend long, because this thing's going to dump like a rocket because of this. And there's a lot of people that are getting wrecked right now because they believe this nonsense and this hype, right? And I feel sorry for them. But I never invested in Lily because when I did my research, I found out that Brad Beatty still had an open case for a RICO case, and it was still open. It's not closed.
Oh.
And I can't invest in somebody who has an open RICO case. Like I just can't do it. Sure that up, figure that out, get that thing, plead out or get it taken care of or do what you got to do. And then, and then we can talk, but there's just too much risk there. And I try to be risk averse, right? As much as you possibly can. DeFi is already a crazy space. So to be invested in people who automatically bring you risk, that's a chance you're taking. So, I got out. I mean, I threw a little bit of money in the launch because I said, well, if I 10x this, I'm out. The launch was so bad, I got wrecked.
Yeah, that was a debacle. I
got wrecked.
Yeah,
so
and they tried to recover by going on Uniswap. Which if they had done that initially, probably been the best thing ever. If they had just went that route first, but they were in they were in with Saitama, and again I was hopeful, but what my day was the 8th. I wasn't waiting for the 9th.
Yeah, in Crypto Smith brings up a good point, because I said this last night on a live, and it's something that I've been watching for a while now. Is Lily, right? The daughter. So, like she announces it, she's on live stream, she announces it, I feel sorry for her because, as a child, you really probably believe that you were getting listed on Coinbase, right? And the only thing that I hope that Brad does for Lily is keeps her off of social media for the next
don't do her like that
for the next month or so, because this thing's going to get ugly, and she doesn't have any control over that, and she doesn't. So it's going to get ugly.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. That's my take on it, Daniel.
The Crypto Smith said Lily just tweeted that there are unforeseen delays, and they will announce the new date later. So it's a wrap.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, she announced that it was a wrap.
kind of like the new December 26th date.
Yeah, and this is why we're seeing this right here. And this right here is investors' money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you think about this, and let's say somebody really, this was their first project in DeFi, and I always think about this. I thought about it with Saitama too, and a lot of other projects. Let's say this was somebody's first DeFi project, and this is their first experience. They're probably never coming back.
No, over.
So,
or you brought somebody into this.
Yeah.
You gave the word to a nephew, a cousin, a brother-in-law, and say this is going to be a moonshot. And no, very, very, which I'm very cautious about doing anyway. In and everything. And I talked to somebody, Black Drill, about this anyway. Going into projects just because people talking about it, next best thing. No, those days are gone. A little bit more strategic.
Yeah, I agree with you, the Crypto Smith. This is a dead token now. They're not going to recover this.
No, not from this. Not after two. That's two. The launch, and then this debacle, and hopefully 3 strikes you out. Lily, Terrarium, Crypto.com. If they look, I know. I'm no guy. I'm no Awesome Austin. I'm no Rodney. But if they can see me, stop breaking the rules when it comes to listing. Just stop.
Yeah.
Don't be all gung ho. If you cutting a deal, you got a contract with Binance, heck, Crypto.com. Maybe some of the little ones you can do that, but not no Crypto.com, not no Binance, no Coinbase. Don't. Just don't. Yeah. Don't announce that, and let them announce it.
And I'm like you. I don't have the biggest platform in the world, but I'll scream from the top of my little mountain if I have to. Don't break the rules. Let the exchange list. Votes listed on damn near 100 exchanges, and they never once came out before an exchange, no matter how big or how small it was, and said that they were going to get listed. If you go back and you look at Vote in all damn near 100 exchanges that they're listed on, how they announce it to the community is they retweet the tweet from the exchange.
Right.
Unfortunately, this is another bad experience in crypto. Unfortunately, this is another bad decision from the devs. Unfortunately, this is another bad failed project that a lot of people had hopes for. And at this point, I think we can call it what it is. It's going to fail. And, it's unfortunate. I think the intentions behind, at this point, I don't even want to say anything about intentions. I think the thought process behind the token and helping kids were good. I'm all about helping the kids, but what we can say is execution poor. Execution poor. And unfortunately, this is all too common in this space.
Tim just said we need to pick this thing up. Then he said
let's pick it up. Let's pick it up.
So I'm looking at the ones I'm looking at. I think I'm pretty decent with that. Now I don't. As far as bottom, I don't think the federal government has one more round of interest rates to go up. And this is what I think. This is my take on it. They're going to raise interest rates one more time. And when they do that, that's going to create a debt crisis. Okay. And, credit card debt, everybody's, and then, people are going to stop spending, and it's going to cause the bottom a small collapse.
Yep.
But that, in the medical world, when a kid has a fever, especially in children, they'll have if they have it for a long time, and if it gets too hard on the brain, they'll go into a seizure. We call it a febrile seizure. So I think, and that's to stop this. That's to break to fever, to stop the brain from basically cooking. So the fever, they seize, and then it breaks the fever, and then the brain is saved again. It's not being overheated. The market has to go through that, and I think when the government raised interest rates one more time, bottom's going to fall out. It's going to create the debt crisis. Bottom's going to fall out. That's going to cause that's going to cause inflation to come down, and I think it will put us on the track for another bull run. That's my take on it.
Tim, do I think that they're going to print money again? I don't think the government can stop printing money. I think they're addicted to printing money.
When they do that, I think after that, I think they will.
Yeah, I think that they're addicted to printing money. And I think they're going to try to do everything that they possibly can to get us out of this. Well, make us think that we're out of this hole that we're in, and there will be another round of money printing, but that's just kicking the can down the road a little bit longer, because eventually you have to pay that money back. You can only every dollar you print, you have to pay back. So that's why we are where we are now. It's because they printed way too much money, and then we had COVID, and then we had a whole bunch of other things that happened. But ultimately, they printed too much money, and it caused inflation. And this is why we're digging ourselves out of the hole that we're digging ourselves out of now. It's, and they'll do it again. They'll turn that money printer back on. And and the stock market will boom. When they turn that money printer on, the stock market will boom, because people will have money to spend, just like it boomed during crypto. When all that money was being printed, crypto boomed during COVID, because people had money to spend. So when they turn that money printer back on and people start having that little bit of extra, they're going to throw it in either in the stock market or in the crypto market. You're going to see that run. And then eventually you're going to have that old crap moment, and they're going to realize that didn't work. And
over leverage.
Then we're going to have to do it again. XRP to the rescue. XRP is going to be a big player in this thing. I got what you meant. XRP will be a big player in this thing. They finished up their briefs, so now it's completely in the judge's hand at this point. And we'll see what types of decisions that she brings down. She can bring down, she can either rule on the whole case, or she can rule on part of the case and then send another piece to trial. Whatever she can't, decide by herself, she can send that to trial. So I think, and I get your opinion on this, Crypto McCoy. Here's what I think. Here's how I think this XRP thing's going to happen. I think there's a deal already made, and they're just waiting for the announcement. The deal's already done. The SEC is cooked at this point. They've been exposed. They're cooked. And they can't take a L. They can't. The SEC cannot take a L on this. So I think I've said this, some of the XRP community loves me when I say it, and some of them hate me when I say it. But these are the facts as I see them. XRP and the SEC, in their best interest, is to settle out of court. because it allows the SEC to save face, right? And then you have to remember, and people forget this with the legal system, if XRP wins, that opens the door for the federal government to appeal that decision, which just kicks the can further down the road, right?
That's brilliant. Yeah, that's brilliant take.
And if the SEC continues to appeal the sentence, if they continue to appeal the ruling, they can appeal it all the way to the Supreme Court level, which could mean years, right? So now you have even though XRP won, you have these years of uncertainty. So if they take a deal, then you can't appeal the deal.
Nope.
So I think the best deal to be made for the SEC and Ripple together is for the SEC to say, everything that you sold prior to the launch of XRP, you owe us X amount of dollars for, right? So you just pay us that money, and then everything you sold after that is just crypto, and we don't want anything to do with that. And you're not a security, we're fine. We move on, right? So we're gonna hit you. We're gonna win on the part where your private sale. We're gonna win on that. And you guys are going to win on the part that you're not a security and you're a crypto and you don't have an investment contract, which will then in turn allow for you to be listed on the American exchanges again. So it eliminates the whole deal for appeals.
Gotcha.
That's how I think that's the best deal that could be cut.
I think you nailed it, Dan. I mean, honestly, I can't put any more seasoning on that. The fact if they do that, I think it's again, the government is not going to be embarrassed.
No,
even though even if it's a clear loss, they ain't gonna be embarrassed. And then they don't want to open up the door for other companies, crypto companies, to come in and feel like they can do the same thing. Somebody has to be made advantage of and all of that. And then, okay, they couldn't rake them under the coals. However, the world knows that when you come in the crypto space, the government is watching. So from this XRP deal, that's what everybody knows, and that you just can't come in any kind of way. So I think that's my grand take on that.
Yeah, and I just think that the best deal to be made is for everybody to make a deal. Play nice, everybody make a deal, and let's move on. Let's move on from it, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, because you might get loud here for a minute. I'm gonna bring up our stream so I can drop something in the chat. So let's see. You guys, this is Crypto McCoy's YouTube channel. Go give him a like. Go give him a sub. Go give him a sub. Go make sure that you subscribe to his channel. Talks a lot about the markets, the pre-markets, the markets in general. Does growth spaces I've noticed lately. Does general spaces on Twitter as well. Make sure you guys go give him a sub and go ahead and check him out. And when he's in the chat, make sure you guys are commenting and dapping him up and throwing him some of them lightning bolts, because he's a Volt guy.
Oh
He's
yeah,
a
oh yeah, oh
bold
yeah.
guy.
Oh yeah.
And we show them guys love, and pretty soon I'm telling you guys, he's gonna be a Meta Monkey AI guy. I can feel it. I can feel it in
Oh
my
yeah,
bones.
you shared some good things with me. So this was good tonight. This was good. I probably wouldn't be here with MetaMonkey if I had not talked to you, got in this space. So I appreciate that wholeheartedly, brother. Wholeheartedly. Look, if Dr. Crypto probably wondered, I ain't seen my man in here, so he can probably wonder no more. So
yeah. Well, he seen that flyer today. So what do you say?
Same here, bro. I hope to be.
He wants to know if you're involved with Terrarium.
No.
Yo,
no.
And the only reason that I'm laughing, because you got to understand why. Man,
I was.
Listen, no, because I gotta clear this up. Big Watch made on this stream this morning, right? I've not said anything about Terrarium, right? I said why I exited my position. I left it there, right? My man comes into the chat. It keeps asking me questions about Terrarium. So, and Big Watch is my boy. So, and he knows how I feel. So he baiting me. So I have to, I basically at that point, I'm like, all right, let me just lay this out here. This is why I was in it. This is why I exited. This is where I'm at. This is, what I mean?
You did that already tonight, though. I don't know if he was listening. Big Watch, he did that. He laid it down. And so I think you missed it by that much on Daniel being opening up his heart and mind and soul about Terrarium. So but no, to answer no. The answer is no, flat out no. And crypto, and the reason why all of us will jump from project, not all of us, but we have to be settled. Before I close out, I'll leave everybody with this. Being settle-minded. Crypto. There's some principles in crypto. I mean, it is. So he just got into the chat. Yeah, he spilled his guts, Big Watch.
Oh,
but he did tell. He told everything. When in doubt, zoom out. I mean, that's you're looking at that's why they have a day. That's why they have an hour. That's why they have a week. That's why they have a month. Some have 3 months. Some have 6. Some have all time to see where a project. Everything. Stock market. Heck, Tesla. Everything has a downslope right now. Macro economy, crypto economy, everything. So when in doubt, zoom out. Everything's going to have an outlier. Be wary of pump and dumps. Be settled on your crypto, and don't chase green candles. It's inevitable. You chase green candles, you're going to end up on a red hot stick. That's just all to it. And I am a firm believer that if you're not staking, you're not making. Whatever you can stake. You can't stake everything, but if you can stake something, stake it, because it's free dollar cost averaging. It's free dollar cost averaging. Regardless of what the market does, excuse me, you're always gaining. You're always earning. Token go up, you're earning. Token go down, it's gravy when the token goes up in price. When it goes down, you're still earning. That's why I like my Lunk. That's why I like my Grove. That's why I like my Koa, because I can stake them and I can always. And then when the bull run returns, it's just more. That's just icing on the cake, brother. So that's just my take on the whole thing.
And I'll close it out, but before I close it out, I'll tell you, we'll get on the stream and we'll talk about Lunk, and I'll tell you why I exited my position out of
Lunk. Don't tell me that, Daniel. Oh no.
But
we're gonna talk about that. I might have a MetaMonkey AI talk to you about that one.
just stay on after I close this out, and I'll tell you why. But the chat already knows why. But yeah, I'm out. But hey, I just tell you guys, yeah, a little bit longer stream tonight, but it was greatly enjoyable. Appreciate you guys' time, man. We had a great conversation. Listen, the market is green right now, and that's a good thing because we closed the stock market red, which means that we should have a good weekend. Take your profits when you can take your profits. All right. Don't be the one left holding the bag. And don't be the one left holding the bag. Don't be the one that looks at a project and goes, I wish I would have. A little bit of profit taking is always healthy. A little bit of profit taking is always good for yourself. A little bit of profit taking is always good for the project as well. So make sure that you take your profits. Let me tell you guys what I got coming at you guys this week. I have an Alliance Block video coming out. Well, and I'm going to review an AMA with the CEO, where he's going over some KYC stuff that they have going on from a blockchain perspective, and also sharing information and how they're going to utilize the blockchain and the ISO 20 was shared with not only cryptocurrency exchanges, but also information sharing, where they're using NFTs to so that you own your own information, and you're able to own it. And if somebody tries to, every time it comes shared on a blockchain, you have to approve it so nobody can steal your information. So going to be pretty interesting video from Alliance Block. So a project that I just continue to invest in, and I think is going to continue to grow. But yes, I am in the process of making that video. We'll catch up on it. Live stream tomorrow morning for the early morning markets, like always. And we'll just go over the markets, like we do every morning. And probably will come out with a MetaMonkey AI video this weekend, and probably a Volt video this weekend, just for some updates. But other than that, not a lot really going on. I may or may not jump on a Lily train and come out with a video. Doubt it, but if somebody tickles me the wrong way, I may, and we will leave Terrarium alone. So we'll leave them alone. And so with that, I will let you guys go for the night. Oh man, you missed us. We're just wrapping it up.
Yeah,
you're late, man. You're late. But tomorrow morning, and I'll probably do 2 streams tomorrow, guys. I'll probably do one early, one late, just because it is the weekend. So I'll probably do one early, one late, and I will be on actually with Wadi tomorrow too. So you guys can tune in over there at Wadi, the Crypto Hunters channel. I'll be on over there.
Send me that link, Daniel.
Okay, I will.
All right.
I'll be over there. So with that, I'm gonna let you guys have your Friday. Man, I can't believe you missed it. I can't believe you were late, man. You're always here. Thanks for the shout out today too on Austin's channel. I recognize that. But so with that, you guys have a great Friday. And I will see you guys around in the chat, and also see you guys in my chat when we go live. Have a great night. Peace. We out. Have a good one.